Today we have an adventure day. What's gonna be, Amanda, Jeremiah, Victoria?
We're gonna do a Apopka Wildlife Drive, right guys?
Yep.
How many gators do you think we'll see?
15, 12.
How many do you guess?
30.
I'm gonna go with like 50. Because I think that's
We're gonna
about
see
how many
it?
we saw last time.
You say how many we're gonna see it or how many we have there?
How many we're gonna see?
Well, we have about more than 1,000 gators there, and I would say we're gonna see about 30s today.
That's 30. What was your number?
12 to 15.
Quantos jacaré a gente vai ver hoje, mãe? Quantos jacaré a gente vai ver hoje? 6 for grandmother.
6. I'm going with 50.
Let's go, let's rock and roll this day. Is everybody excited?
Yep.
Yee! Let's go.
Load up, kids. That's
20? Oh,
20.
I want to go to the splash pad.
yeah, we were just there.
To the mine.
You can go splash in the water with the gators. Huh, girl?
É muito chique, você usa bolsa de grife.
Green drink.
We have a delay. Grandmother forgot her water. There's a delay, Victoria.
Here he comes. He's running.
He's the water boy.
Water boy.
The
Here
water
comes
boy's
water
coming.
boy.
Here's the water boy.
Look at him running. What a cute little
The
boy.
soccer player. And what drink is this one?
It is a green drink, super greens. It's full of alfalfa and grasses and seeds and all sorts of healthy green.
So do you recommend for anyone that goes to a journey like the journey we're heading today?
Sure, this one is the detox and digest.
What about energy?
I'm sure to give you energy, but the label says it's for detox and digestion. So I've been drinking it every day, and I do feel better.
Good chip. We are looking
Do you
for
guys want your
gators
windows
already.
down now, or you want to keep them up, or?
I want to sit in the back.
Okay, well, let me pull
all
up
the
my
windows down. We want all the windows down.
Hey, the people aren't here today. Everybody see this? Okay, 10 points for the first alligator.
Oh, I saw one down. Where's my right?
All left.
Just say driver's seat. say driver's seat or passenger seat. There you go, slow down. Don't slow down, we cannot. There's a big one here. Yeah, on the next stop. We have tiny fishes. And ducks. Yeah, baby ones.
Yeah, but that one's different than all the rest.
Beautiful. The wild Amanda, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Are you having fun?
Taylor likes to have a good.
Aparece sapo lá no sítio.
A lot of actions. Let's go in the other side there, Jeremiah.
Where?
Let's go. Maybe you're gonna see a gator, or a baby gator. Alligators, slow down.
Gator.
Lado direito, jacaré. Keep going. Amanda, tell us about the history of this place.
So this is Lake Apopka Wildlife Drive. So this whole area is like a marsh area. There's a lot of wildlife. It's a diverse wildlife. We have birds, we have fish, we have alligators. We have so many things living in this area. But what happened is north of us were huge farming plantations. And through their use of fertilizers, they would have runoff of all of their chemicals. And one big one that happened here was that phosphorus came down and started to leak into the water system here. And when the phosphorus became abundant, what happens is algae feeds on that. Algae just loves it and eats it up, and it starts to overpopulate the area. And when algae overpopulates the water, it begins to grow on the surface of the water, which means that anything below that needs the sunlight can't get it. So the plants on the bottom of the ground that the fish feed on, that then the alligators feed on, the birds feed on, all that starts to die off, and it starts to kill the wildlife. So there's been a huge project to restore it, and they've done a lot here. They've really restored it. If you look out in the water, you don't see the tremendous amounts of algae growing or anything, because they've been able to reduce it from coming down, as well as clean out the phosphorus that got dumped in here. So the wildlife is starting to pick back up and grow and restore itself, and that's what they're doing here to help educate people on what happens when there's so much runoff from fertilizers and things, how it affects the natural wildlife we have here in Florida.
All right, so if someone would like to come over to take a look, what is the location?
It's called Apopka Wildlife Drive. So you just Google that. We are here in Apopka, Florida, and it takes about an hour and a half to drive this, and you can actually scan the QR code and put that on your phone, and you can listen as you drive through. There's a recording that will tape each section and explain what's going on in each section. It talks about the phosphorus, it talks about the restoration project, it talks about the animals that you see here, what to expect, and it lasts the entire drive for you. But you can stop along the way, you can pause the recording, and then pick it back up as you guys start going. And it's really educational. The kids like it because they get to see the wildlife, but they also learn as they go and understand how all of this works together, between what the farmers do and the animals and how they survive. And so it's a really good educational tool that we have really close to home.
So what is the schedule?
It's only
how
open on the
early?
weekends. You can start at 7 in the morning, start driving it there, because you see there's bikers that even use this. You can hike it, you can bike it, you can drive it. Driving does take you an hour and a half, but there are little entrances in different areas for like bikers that don't want to do that whole drive. They have smaller pathways, and so you come at 7. Start at 7. You can come all during the day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But the gates shut down at 3 because the park closes at 5. So in order to get through the whole thing, you have to enter by 3.
Okay, so if a family has kids under 10 or any age, is it safe for them to bring the kids?
Yes, we do. We open up our back hatch. We let the kids stick their feet out. We stop. The alligators, a couple times you see them in the road, but they usually, once a car comes, they go back off to the side. Definitely don't feed them. It's definitely a rule here. You can't feed the wildlife. They want to make sure that the wildlife stays wildlife so that the people stay safe, and the alligators don't see us as food or providing food. So it's very safe. As you see, you have bikers. This is a common bike trail here. Hikers walk, and they have a safe trip.
What is the common time to see the alligators more often? In the morning or in the afternoon?
To be honest, I don't know. You see a lot. There's so many. You always see them. Just in this lake here, I've already counted 5. This tiny little pond lake thing that's kind of separated from the marsh. So you just see them all day. But if you see them more often, probably if it's hotter out, maybe they'll be in the water, I would suspect. But if it's cooler out, maybe they'll be out sunbathing. But I don't really know about alligators that much. But yeah, it's a fun little trip to have your kids. You can even stop here. This here is their old pump house where they would pump through the different marshes. And so this is a little spot you can go to the bathroom, and you can picnic if you wanted to make a full day of it. So it's a nice place. It's really nice.
Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. We're gonna trip. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey today. This is the farm areas. Amanda might have some kind of statement about the farms.
Oh, we just are finishing. This is about the end of where we're about to turn. You can see they're probably doing some kind of pumping here to help with the conservation management. You see it's bringing a gator over. You're probably wondering what's all going on. There's a gator pumping up down there. We definitely saw a lot more gators when we came in the spring than we did now in the heat in the summer. So if you are planning on taking this trip, I would definitely plan on coming sometime spring, because number one, it's a little cooler. Maybe they're out more. I know there's mating season, getting them out and about. But yeah, this has been a fun trip. It's very relaxing. It's very nice. You can always, if your kids feel like for an hour and a half it'd be hard, you can bring books with them. That's what our kids were doing towards the end, because there wasn't as many gators this time. They were reading and relaxing, but it is a beautiful preserve.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned for the next video.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned for the next video.
Thank you for watching.
Obrigado por ter assistido.
What was it?